rubber baby buggy bumpers. I couldn't resist, honestly.
It's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger podcast.
No. Hello, welcome to Club Star Wars.
Yes, yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Good
evening and welcome.
I don't know. It's been a bit rather stressful just the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been too stressful
Countdown music.
look, that countdown music creates so much drama.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's
if you didn't have the sound on during our new countdown music, you're missing out.
Oh.
Next week you want to be getting on there because that's the amazing work of.
Mark
Andy
Caswell
Bible.
says it makes him feel like he's in a Star Wars movie,
Yes!
and then it cuts to three blokes behind a desk.
Yes.
Hello.
Three
Hello.
middle-aged men talking about Star Wars.
Yes, indeed.
Talking
I don't know what middle-aged. Excuse me.
Oh.
I'm only 35. Thank you very much.
That's middle-aged now.
No, it is not.
Old woman.
No, it is not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what I like to think is probably we should be middle-aged when we reach about 50. So none of us are middle-aged. We're
Yeah.
still young men.
Good point.
Young at heart.
We're still young men at this point. No, don't say that because that means we're really old.
Don't actually, yeah.
If you say young
That's
men, if you say young
You
men,
two are both older than me. I don't care. I'm all right. I'm the young one here. This is
Yeah.
fine. You know,
youngest.
the youngest. Still gets put up on me posters. Young guitar player. I can still.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's only you only have to worry when people start when older people stop referring to you as all right, young man.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they no longer say all right, young man, you know
Go
you.
ahead, lad.
What you need to do is stop turning away from your mic every time you
do.
you need to go like this
I do.
when you're talking. You need to make
go like
sure that
that.
you are
I know.
twiddle
I have
your
this
head
habit
around.
of, and you think I should know how to do this.
Yes,
but
you used to work for the radio.
I used to
Paddy.
work on radio.
Being a veteran radio presenter.
radio presenter who
Indeed.
can't talk into the mic anymore because he's too busy looking at his co-hosts.
We're going to need a bigger loft, aren't we?
We're going to need a big loft.
Yes.
So we'd like to say hello to Mundane Designs who's streaming with us on YouTube. Mark Caswell, who's streaming with us on YouTube.
Yeah, if you are on Facebook or on Mixer or Twitter, please do come over to the YouTube channel. You just go to www.clubstarwars.com. That takes you straight to the YouTube channel. And then, three blokes, one doing a Bad Arnie impersonation. Hey, excuse me. I don't know what you're talking about. My Arnie impression is brilliant. How dare you?
Mark, I would just like to say thank you very much because mine is even worse. But I like to do it. Do it now. Come on.
Shall we do the
See, I'm not
whole
even gonna try.
broadcast as Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No. Because the problem is, like, have you ever met Stu Arnold who does the Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
But, like,
Yeah.
he will just kick all our asses. So there's no point us trying to do it.
But it's fun.
Because it is fun. It is fun. But we'd also like to say on who's tuning in on Facebook Live at the moment, Lee Smythe, hello, Stefan Tanro, Marie Owen, Pavel Furman, all the way from Moscow.
Howdy.
That's a guy I met years ago in Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt. So Lee is 65 next month and still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. Hey,
thank
Derek
God.
Lyons has tuned in. Hi, Del.
All right, Del.
Oh.
How are you doing?
I've never met you, but all right.
Derek!
Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Lyons, who was in Star Wars: A New Hope, is watching now on YouTube.
He was the medal bearer,
He was the medal bearer.
and he was also he was the guard.
Masasi Temple Guard.
He was, yes.
Yes.
Wonderful
yes,
bloke is
yes,
Derek.
Indeed.
Impressive.
Good
But if you're
friend of
joining
ours,
us on Facebook, come over to YouTube.
Yes.
Because I can
If
see
you
the chat then on
if
the
you
screen.
can.
Yeah.
If
you
not,
can.
stay where you are. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sam Summer also watching. Rod Zappa and Franny Quinn. How you doing? Nice
Howdy.
one. So,
Hello there.
I suppose, like, now we've just done a load of messing about for God knows how long. How long have we been talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger for?
Well, we're
good
5 minutes into the broadcast, so
A good 5 minutes. Well, before we jump into the news, we'd just like to give a shout out. So we are starting to invest in this enterprise. James,
Wrong show. Enterprise. It's,
yeah, let's not do the Star Trek thing. Although I did watch the first episode of
Picard.
Picard.
what do you think?
It was all right.
loved it.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is a Star
not
Wars podcast.
Club Star Trek.
No,
No.
But you know,
So moving
yeah.
on swiftly.
So moving swiftly on. James has been very helpful in getting us on all these platforms and stuff, which is really good. But also, we invested, and you can probably just see it here. We invested a brand new desk this week, which is it only came out in December, made by Zoom. It's called the LiveTrack L8, and it's a mixing desk especially made for podcasters. And I learned about it because of Kevin Smith's mate Ming Chen is on the advert, and everyone knows I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, as I think you are as well.
Yes, indeed.
And yourself. Yeah. And I saw him advertising this desk, so we got the desk this week, and today I tweeted him to say we did an unboxing video with your daughter as well. We made a bit of an appearance.
So we got a special guest,
Check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. It's terrible, but it's good. But anyway, we tagged Ming Chen on Twitter, and he sent us a picture of him with the desk saying, yeah, I love mine too, and nice one. And he's also subscribed to our YouTube channel, so thanks very much, Ming. Nice one.
Cheers, Ming.
Right, so let's move on now and get on with some Star Wars news.
There we
Lovely,
go.
look at that.
Yeah, it's professional and everything.
Isn't it professional? So the big news this week, I'm sure everyone has been picking up some of that across all the Star Wars
There's been a lot of news, really.
channels. There has been quite a lot of news. There is a lot of news to get through. You know. Do you think we'll probably end up going longer than an hour like we did last week?
Oh God, I hope not.
No. We'll try and pare it down just for the sakes of your ears, your bums, and your lack of
bladders.
sleep.
My bladder, you know what I mean?
Lack of sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is from bleedingfool.com. This is Itchy Bacca's.
Itchy Bacca, yeah.
Itchy Bacca is
Itchy Bacca.
a bit of a legend on Twitter and the Star Wars Fandom Menace and all that kind of thing. So, this is an article, obviously, about the Kenobi hold-up. So, Lucasfilm, this is the title. Lucasfilm, incapable of delivering the one project fans are asking for. The Obi Wan Kenobi series for Disney Plus has been put on ice. It's been put on ice.
Nice to see you, Obi-Wan.
Cool party. So, enough of that. Anyway, two independent sources with knowledge of the situation tell Collider that Obi-Wan series has been put on hold as the crew had assembled at Pinewood Studios in London was sent home. A time frame was not given, but the crew was told that the show would be down indefinitely.
Well, they were just sent home, like they turned up and they just
Turned
went
up ready to do Obi-Wan.
almost like when they turned up. Sorry, snow day.
Yeah.
Heating's not working. See you later. Yeah, just go home.
They went.
Go home.
They went. Hello there. Goodbye there.
Goodbye there.
Something about Monty Python's meaning of life. They come home from the studio. Yeah. I'm sorry, the production's closed. There's no more work. We're destitute.
We've got to sell you all for scientific experiments. Bloody Catholics fell in the bloody well with mouths they can't afford to bloody feed.
Bloody Disney. Bloody putting productions on hold. God.
Sending people home, trying to make their hard-earned money making a Star Wars program. Anyway, we're hearing that, and surprise, surprise, we're hearing that Lucasfilm president and Obi-Wan producer Kathleen Kennedy was not happy with the scripts. Sources tell us that what will most likely happen next is the scripts will be reworked with the hopeful goal of reassembling this summer, but there's always the possibility that the time frame could shift. Especially with these Star Wars situations.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like Kennedy would rather ensure the story being told with this Disney Plus series is as good as it can be on the page before they roll cameras. And rather than move forward with the hesitations, she's asked that they go back and rework what's on the page. What didn't Kathy like? Too many white males. Not enough blue-haired lesbians. No petite brunettes to represent Kathy. Who knows? Hollywood Reporter writes, sources tell THR that the scripts, only 2 were written, and the story became an issue and the entire package has been jettisoned. Lucasfilm is now on the hunt for a new writer to pen the series. Why can't they just ever hire a really good writer? At the same time, sources say the project is being reconfigured from 6 episodes to 4.
This is because the Mandalorian's been so successful, isn't it? So they know that if they don't follow up with...
Well, this is it.
Yeah.
Well,
There's also a bit of a point to the Mandalorian as well, which I'm going to come to.
Go on.
So it is unclear when the show will ramp up again, although insiders stress that McGregor remains attached to star and Chow remains on as director. Disney had no comment. It is unclear why scripts became an issue so late in the process. One source said that the Kenobi story trod a similar ground as The Mandalorian, seeing the Jedi Master lending a protective hand to a young Luke and possibly even a young Leia, perhaps mirroring how the Mandalorian took Baby Yoda under his protective custody.
Everybody wants Baby Yoda.
Everyone wants that Baby Yoda.
That's all they want. They'd be happy to have an entire show of Baby frigging Yoda,
Well,
but
this
you
is
know,
it, exactly.
it's incredible, like the phenomenon that's generated.
It is.
So, what are your feelings on this, Matt? Because I have no doubt you will have an opinion here.
Yeah. The scripts were done 5 months ago when Kathleen Kennedy was on stage with Ewan McGregor announcing the show. She said,
Kathy.
The scripts are done.
Kathy, will you ask me the question? Will I play Obi Wan Kenobi again?
Will you play Obi Wan Kenobi again?
No.
No.
Well, we don't know.
If you've got anything to do with it. No.
Don't worry, Ted. I'm sure your song was really good. Really? No.
So go on.
Yeah. So the scripts are done. Kathleen Kennedy confirmed the scripts are done 5 months ago.
Right.
Done and dusted, and they're ready to roll. That's what she said.
So why all of a sudden are they not done?
And then, like at the cusp of filming. I mean, they might have filmed some already. I don't know, but
not according to what they're saying.
no. Well, she pulled the pin.
But you never know about that, do you?
So what was she lying 5 months ago?
Seems like it.
What do you think? Well, it does to me.
I mean, one thing we can maybe...
Is it just announcing something way too soon and making things up to get people hyped and then regretting it later down the road, you know?
Could be. One thing we could glean from this, though, is the fact that Lucasfilm now seem to be in a kind of reactionary phase whereby they're putting projects together, but then they use the previous projects, like the feedback from the fans, as something to change things.
Yeah, I think it's the Mandalorian thing. I think it's because the Mandalorian has been such like a groundbreaking success that they want to make sure that if they're going to put something out, it's got to be as good as the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But there is this thing isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened.
Well, no.
It's happened over and over again in the past. You look back, since Disney bought Lucasfilm, and it all points to one person. The president of Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think she's, and this isn't a woman thing. You know, get another woman in who's better, whatever. I don't care, but I just don't think she's great at running Lucasfilm. To be honest with you,
well, there you go.
She hires and fires.
Yeah, there's a lot of hiring and firing.
You know, I mean, it seems to be more than other IPs to me. I don't know. I suppose I follow Star Wars more than any other IP, so I might notice it more. But I don't know. You know.
I'm just going to say hello to a few more people who are watching on Facebook. Derek said, great to see you all, Paddy, with the short hair. Looks great. Oh, thanks, Derek. Nice one. Cheers, mate. Alan Otwell's watching. Lee Swithe says, yeah, more Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek's just said, I just shared onto my Facebook page. Good luck and may the Dell be with you all. Del Lions. Nice one.
Very kind of you, Del.
Very kind of you, Del. Nice one.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Pavel Firma's watching. Landra Raj is watching. How you doing? Stuart Thistleton. Morgan Fletcher's watching. Hi, Morgan. Phil Beckwith's watching. Hi. And Carl Chadwick's watching. Yeah. So, I mean, what are your feelings? You think that it's to do with the Mandalorian?
Yeah, I think it is. I think the Mandalorian's done so well that anything that would not be on that level or better, they don't want to put out. Yeah. You know, I also don't think they expected the Mandalorian to do as well as it has.
Right.
I think it was something that they were very, very surprised at when it's gone so. I mean, people were signing up to Disney Plus just to watch the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I wasn't. I pirated it.
And then when it finished, people were unsubscribing from Disney Plus.
Wow. Got somebody else from Star Wars watching, Paul Weston.
Oh, hello, Paul.
Hello.
Hi, Paul.
All we need now is Alan Austin. We got we got a trio.
We've got the full set. Yeah. Hello to June Bennett and Maxine Pinner as well. Hello. What was I going to say? I mean, the other thing is as well with it.
Talk into your mic. Into the microphone, Paddy. Come on.
Like what they were saying in that news article was that they only had 2 scripts ready.
Okay.
So if that's true, and that Kathleen Kennedy was lying about the fact that 5 scripts were ready for the Obi Wan Kenobi project. If you've just joined us, we're talking about the shutdown on the Obi Wan Kenobi project
That may not have even existed.
that may never exist.
We don't know.
So they're saying there's only 2 scripts done. Was that because like they got, they've done 5 scripts, but then ultimately they whittled it down to 2 and said, well, we'll start production, and then we'll feel our way with the project.
Yeah.
Judging by how the Mandalorian's going over, and because obviously, I mean, I think I did a meme about it, about the fact that yes, most English Star Wars fans will have watched the Mandalorian now anyway, despite the fact that we don't get Disney Plus until March.
But we have ways of watching programs that.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
However, were they thinking start production? Then maybe with the British fans, we'll get some more feedback on the Mandalorian once Disney Plus launches in England. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It seems to me like the move ahead with projects nobody's really asking for.
Somebody else from Star Wars, John Mockridge.
Hello,
Hey!
Club Star Wars
watching this program.
Amazing.
Club Star Wars, where you get actual cast members from Star Wars watching. I mean,
Star Wars.
Yeah,
It's superb.
from the proper trilogy. Yeah.
Hello.
From the real trilogy.
Hello,
Hello
Karen
there.
Shaw. Hello, Daz Johnson. Hello, Suze Lyons. Hi.
Hello there.
Sorry, go on. I just sorry to interrupt you there, but
Yeah, and everybody's screaming for an Obi-Wan movie at first, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And then it was moved to a TV series when Solo failed. It lost money, so yeah, mention that.
But again, that's the thing, isn't it?
They're not giving the fans what they want.
Turn your microphones up a bit, lads, because Mark's just said that you can only really hear me. Please speak into the microphones.
Okay.
Get closer to your microphone.
Well, I'll turn them up a little bit.
Turn them up a bit. Go
on the new
Oh,
Because
desk.
I can hear them.
Is that better,
Not
Mark?
bad. That's better.
Is that better?
I can hear that. There we go.
You're peaking. You're in the orange a little bit.
Right, lower me down a tad.
I'll lower you down. How's that?
There we go.
All right.
There we are. There we are.
Yeah, it seems to be this reactionary thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say,
Nothing seems to be planned well in advance.
it was going to be, obviously they were working on the trilogies. Yeah, this is fair enough.
Yes.
And the Star Wars stories, Rogue One and Solo, that was going to be a thing. They were going to do a number of those.
Well, it was going to be a thing.
Shoot-off project. It was
Until
going to be
Solo
a thing.
happened. And
Yeah,
then, it ruined it all.
But just because Solo failed doesn't mean that standalone movies are going to fail.
No,
it's just
but,
that Solo was shit. That was the problem.
That is a very good point. Solo
was the problem.
Monumentally shit.
It was terrible, and that isn't. I mean, I know there's people who like it. If
there
you
is people
liked
who
it,
like it, and that went through production issues from the
yes.
start.
I was in production hell.
Yeah,
like complete
yeah,
and total
yeah.
production hell.
It's
but-
Hello,
again-
Richard Blythe. Hello, Gina. Hello, Chris Judge.
Kathy hiring directors, letting production go ahead for months and months and
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
and then pulling the plug, firing them. And
And
was
that's
it
the other
Lord,
thing.
Lord and Miller, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lord and Miller. But again, that's that reactionary thing.
Yeah, yeah.
One has to wonder.
Do they have these kind of problems in the Marvel universe?
I mean,
They don't seem to, do they?
I mean, obviously, James Gunn got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That was nothing to do with the
Yeah.
movie itself.
No,
That was
and then
kind
he
of
got
one of these-
rehired, and it's a weird one.
That,
I mean,
that was over tweets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
it's-
from a tweet that you'd written like
10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago. Or something.
He was
That was
cancelled.
that was a strange
Cancel
one.
culture.
That was a
Cancel
strange
culture.
one.
Yes.
That really was a strange one. But no, I mean, they don't really. It's not like a glorified. It's not like a governed thing, really, is it? They don't have like a big thing where they have a meeting about it. Or it seems with Star Wars, it seems like there's so much more pressure. So,
Yeah.
and
They don't say. Did they have this? They don't have this problem with Star Trek. do they?
no, no,
Or Marvel, like you're saying,
Not
they
that I
don't
know of,
seem.
no.
no. Look,
They
I
don't
mean,
seem to be as reactionary.
No. Well, I think Marvel plan years in advance, don't they?
yeah, I mean, Marvel really had a roadmap
Yeah.
with regards to the Infinity thing.
Is that the problem, though? I mean, obviously the Star Wars, buying Lucasfilm from George Lucas was like a huge, huge purchase.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to have a film out in 2 years.
Yeah,
So the pressure's
yeah.
on.
Do it.
There's not a huge amount of time.
Oh, they wanted to
to write-
capitalize the most on the. I mean, there's even been things coming in, reports from Galaxy's Edge that it's not doing as well as they expected it to do.
No.
In Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not doing as well as they expected it to do at all. And the way Disney are looking at it is if it doesn't start bringing in money like all of the other attractions in Disney World or Disneyland, Galaxy's Edge may only be a very short-term thing.
Yeah.
Even though they've put all this money in, it doesn't matter whether they've put money in it or not. If it's not, here we are. Mundane Desire says Marvel knows how to manage expectations, which I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Marvel, all those movies, all the Marvel movies have been consistent, I suppose. And with regards to the Disney era Star Wars films and stuff like that, it's been like they're fighting with themselves for the whole thing, isn't it? They're fighting between themselves.
Yeah. Fighting with who they've hired.
Yeah.
I mean, fighting with the fans.
But then again,
Kathleen Kennedy, for instance, like getting back to her, she's a producer from years ago, isn't she? She's worked on
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And all those movies and all those classics, and she's probably done a bloody good job of back then. But she's not a creator, is she?
No, she just manages.
She just manages, and I think she's trying to be a creator.
Yeah,
right.
She reads scripts and she doesn't like it or whatever. She wants Star Wars to be her. She's looking at it from her perspective.
Her politics.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Which the politics are coming into it to a certain extent.
It's never going to be the same as Lucas era, the original trilogy, is it?
And rumours has it that George wants to come back into it to fix it or something.
Oh God!
I mean,
we're going to get special editions of the prequels and then the sequels, aren't we? That's what's going to happen. We'll get special editions of them where he goes in and just throws things in there that don't need to be there.
Replaces all the practical with CGI.
Yeah. Hey, no. The film will be brilliant now that we perfected digital eyelash rendering.
You need to remove his eyebrows.
That was the thing that everyone was missing. Okay, so we've got some more comments on Facebook. Lee Smythe says, my friend in Toronto gets to see the movies first and passes on his own review.
Oh, well.
Ex-Arndale Radio Manchester. Good Lord. So that would have been Piccadilly Radio. Good contact. Cookie's watching. How you doing, Cookie? And yet, The Force Awakens broke even on the Disney purchase. Everything since then is profit. Things are nowhere near as bad as people would have you believe. Peter Bramhill's watching. Hello. DCGI's them. Yeah, I mean, we've all always agreed that
Mark as well. George and his fixings. No thanks.
He did also point out earlier on as well that I had to keep reminding myself that the character was Solo.
Yeah, because it did not feel like Han Solo.
I was trying to remind myself that it wasn't Solo.
It was like, are we watching a Star Wars movie?
But
we are. Look, there's Darth Maul. There we are, and it's definitely a Star Wars movie. Yeah.
Let's not.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the best Disney Star Wars film is Rogue One.
Yes. 100%, mate.
Felt like Star Wars.
100%.
Yeah. I like it. I do love The Force Awakens.
I know you like The Force Awakens, yeah. I mean, I do too, but because I know what's coming next, it kind of, spoilt it a wee bit for me. It's what's going to happen to Luke and all that sort of stuff in hindsight. But
if you take it as a standalone thing,
in isolation, it's a good movie.
There's the mystery of Luke was there at the end, and then you're like, wow, what's going to happen?
Spent
next?
2 years wondering what was going to
happen. I know we didn't get what we expected, but and so
subverted expectations.
You agree with Cookie's point there that things are nowhere as bad as people would have you believe in terms of the Disney, in terms of the making money and stuff. I agree with that, but in terms of the inner politics and stuff, it just seems really weird that they just can't seem to get themselves together.
You would think that they would be, a bit more adept at it by now. Really,
you think so?
But...
Guns, as Cookie always says to me as well, Gunslinger Luke was the best thing ever.
Yes,
Luke coming out in the last Jedi.
I must admit, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it is.
But I wish it was actually Luke.
Yeah.
I wish he got his ass off that island. I mean, his X-Wing was working.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
But he could only bring it up when he was a Force.
He could only bring it up when he was a Force Ghost. Yeah.
Redcon! Anyway, so let's move on and have a look at another piece of news.
Should we do the news stinger again?
Oh,
because I like the news stinger.
Let's do the news stinger.
Prepare for the news stinger. There we go.
Isn't it cool? That?
It is.
Andy
it
just
is.
did the best stuff for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always love to hear from the Hamill. So let's go over to cinemablend.com. Mark Hamill reveals that Star Wars actors he wished he had actually worked with. Spoiler ahead for
Jar Jar
Star Wars.
Binks.
Spoiler ahead for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Jar
If you've not
Jar
seen it.
Binks. That's who he wanted to work with. He wanted Jar Jar Binks
He
instead of
was
Yoda. That's what he wanted,
absolutely
he says.
gutted, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, Misa, a grumpy bastard on an island. The Star Wars franchise has been entertaining audiences for decades and is showing no signs of slowing down. And through it all, the biggest star and cheerleader of the space opera has always been Mark Hamill. Hamill appeared in 6 movies as Luke Skywalker, although The Force Awakens was more of a glorified cameo. But despite his long tenure with Star Wars, there's a handful of actors that the 68-year-old actor never got to work with. Mark Hamill was the protagonist of the original Star Wars trilogy as audiences follow Luke Skywalker's adventure through the galaxy far, far away. He returned for a meaty role in The Last Jedi, and a smaller appearance in The Rise of Skywalker. He was recently asked which actors within the franchise he wished he could have worked with. So this was on Twitter. Hi Mark, is there any actor in the Star Wars you would have in Star Wars you would have liked to share a scene with, but you didn't get the chance? From Peter Cushing on, every single one of them. Imagine the fantastic sequel trilogy actors and only working with 2 of them. While it seems there are plenty of actors Mark Hamill would have liked to work alongside with within the Star Wars franchise, there are a few names in particular, chief among them being the late Peter Cushing, who played Grand Moff Tarkin, Star Wars New Hope, plus the majority of the sequel cast. Hamill's response comes from his personal Twitter, which he regularly uses to directly communicate with the rabid Star Wars fan base. He's extremely generous on social media outlet, fielding plenty of questions about the beloved space opera. And it turns out that Hamill has quite a few actors he wished he could have got to work with alongside throughout the years. Sadly, that ship seemingly sailed. So
unless they do another movie. Or something, Yes, they do, because they probably could.
Yeah. So he mentioned Cushing, and they keep repeating that in there.
Just Cushing.
Obviously, they brought Cushing back in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they can bring Cushing back whenever the hell they want.
They can. There's more than one Star Wars actor that Mark Hamill would have liked to work with during his tenure, namely the majority of the sequel cast. While the last 3 movies featured the original Star Wars heroes, they were largely focused on the new class of characters. This includes the trio of Rey, Finn, Poe, as well as Kylo Ren. But Mark Hamill didn't get to work with everyone in the cast.
No.
Since Luke was in isolation on Acto, blah blah blah.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
He never really. I mean, I'm assuming that the only scenes that he really filmed were with him and Rey.
Yeah.
Really.
And Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. Because
They're the only two
even the confrontation
to work with, yeah.
at the end of The Last Jedi was all done in green screen.
Yeah.
Adam Driver probably wasn't even there when they were filming it.
Oh no.
Probably.
Hmm.
Because I do seem to remember there was a piece of news going back to when we were doing this in your other place.
In the other attic.
There was a piece of news saying that, like, Hamill, I don't know whether it was during Last Jedi or The Force Awakens, reached out to Adam Driver and was like, should we have lunch or whatever?
Oh yeah,
and he was
because he
like,
wanted to get a backstory of his character.
yeah, and he was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No,
You mean a Matt, a radar operator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Hello,
undercover
everybody. My name's Matt.
box?
I'm a radar operator.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you guys think of Kylo Ren's lightsaber? Oh, I think it's kind of weird. It's not weird. Look, I'll go get it. What was that on? Was it Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
Wasn't
SNL,
it?
yeah.
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 Undercover Boss, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, we've got some more comments here. It's the DC Universe issue. This is what Mark's saying. This is the DC Universe issue. They don't know what to do with it. Yeah, don't know what to do.
Yeah, they're kind of
with
like a mule with a spinning wheel.
it. Reese Ryan's watching. Hi, Reese.
Hello, Reese.
Hello, Melanie Miller as well. Oops, CPU overheat on my phone. Great to be with you guys. See you later, Lee. Yeah, that makes no sense either. The DC Universe, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's literally they bought the IP and no idea what the hell to do with it.
No.
It's one of them things, isn't it?
And yet they had all that material to work with,
Mm.
and then just went. They literally did a Luke Skywalker went. Huh,
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
shoulder, you know.
Matt Caswell says, Mark Hamill worked with Daisy Ridley. I'd be happy with that, to be honest.
Agreed. Agreed. I think we're backtracking a little bit on some of the issues that you raised last week.
Yeah. A little bit.
I think it was something along the lines of, I'd like to suck her life force out.
I didn't say anything of the sort.
Wasn't me.
Putting words in my mouth right now, you know?
Hey boys, hi Reese. Yeah, Mark said Thrawn could still be done. Well,
yeah.
they brought him
Thrawn's still-
into what's the name, didn't they?
into Rebels, yes.
They brought him into Rebels, yeah.
The
But
same
live
kind.
action Thrawn would be good because you kind of. I mean, what's his name was pretty. Mendelsohn was pretty good in Rogue One, wasn't he?
Mendelsohn is brilliant in anything, though. So
Yeah,
it's
he
kind
is.
of like
He is.
he's a fantastic actor. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah,
He really is.
but he worked like I'm saying, in the sequel trilogy. There's that thing that I know people have raised issues with is like the fact that, the First Order officers were just like angry all the time.
Yeah, there was no menacing.
They didn't have that
nature to their
quiet.
character.
They didn't
They
have
were just a bunch of emos.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
I mean,
was.
he's shouting at the top of his lungs and all this sort of stuff. Where in the original trilogy, Tarkin and all that lot,
It's
they're just calm and
just
collected.
calm
and
menace.
just
Yeah.
evil,
Whereas
you know.
Yeah.
whereas Kylo Ren goes back into his quarters and listens to My Chemical Romance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not okay. I promise.
Radiohead.
Hello. When I'm not trying to chase down the resistance, I like to listen to Funeral for a Friend. Their music really resonates with me.
Do you enjoy them? Yes.
Yes.
My father
like
was
them.
so cool. I hate him.
I hate him. You know, Ray, maybe when you finally join the dark side, you and I could listen to a song called Roses for the Dead. I think you'll really enjoy the opening guitar riff. It really resonates with my anger, you know.
Well, there you go. What were we saying?
Where were we?
Lars Mikkelsen. Do you mean Mads Mikkelsen?
Yes.
If that's what you mean in then that's
Le Chiffre from Casino Royale. That
Yeah,
was it,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
If you mean Mads, then yeah. But see, Mads already played thingy, didn't he? In
Yeah, he
in
was
in Rogue One.
Yeah, he was
He
the
was
lead
the
developer of the Death Star, wasn't he?
father.
But-
yeah. Jyn Erso-
But he
Erso.
would be an excellent.
Galen Erso.
He would be an excellent Thrawn.
Yeah.
I mean, if you made him all blue, then it wouldn't matter. He probably wouldn't look as much like Galen Erso. But you might have blotted his copybook there.
Yeah. Do a bit of fan casting. Who would you pick as Thrawn?
Yeah. Who would you
Jack
pick as-
Black.
Jack Black. That would be awesome.
Alan Schwarzenegger.
Put Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Star Wars movie. Please.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, go to light speed. Do it.
Could you imagine him as the Emperor Palpatine? Yes, I can feel your anger. You want this, don't you? I am unarmed. Strike me down with it, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Oh my god.
It would work.
Now this is fun.
It would
This
work.
is proper fanfiction. So right here, we've got some more comments here on Facebook. We're getting loads on Facebook. This is cool. Aaron JC Parkinson, hey. Jane Livesey, hi. Peter Bramhill. Right, here we go. Oh, this is a good question. Peter Bramhill. Who is your pick to take over music duties since John Williams has said he's scored his last Star Wars movie? Michael Giacchino's Rogue One score is a grower. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Lars is his brother. Right.
Ah,
So Mads Mikkelsen's brother is Lars Mikkelsen. Ah, I've not seen him. Oh, he does the voice of Thrawn in Rebels. Ah, so he was
Okay.
like he could do the actual
right.
he could do the actual Thrawn as
I
well.
see. Right.
But yeah, on the music, that's a really good call.
Not Hans Zimmer.
No,
Not Hans Zimmer.
no Cookson,
no.
no.
Just, you know,
No on the Hans Zimmer.
everything.
Star Wars does
Dan-
not
Danny
need
Elfman.
does not need 45 tracks of kettle drums.
Or 29 organs.
Yeah, a deep sub-resonant bass.
Play this C chord 39 times.
No, we don't need that. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'd be happy. Well, this is a thing that Andy raised as well. There's a very good point. Is that considering Gianchino's I'm not going to read that comment yet. Considering like how long he had, do you know how long he had?
No.
It was insane. It's something like 2 weeks or 4 weeks
And that's a
Yes.
brilliant score.
that Gianchino
too.
had to create the Rogue One
Yeah,
score.
he did.
That's a
Yeah, you're
brilliant score.
And it's a brilliant score.
Yeah.
So for me, give him another shot, man, because
Absolutely. With a
and
little
give
bit more
him
time to work on
give
it as
him
well.
like 6 months to
Yeah.
create something. Like he would come up.
Maybe he's one of those people who just works better under pressure and produces.
Maybe,
the-
but it was
you
that.
know, unlike me.
It could well be. It could well be that it was that thing. It was that Star Wars thing where, maybe they penciled John Williams in, and then he couldn't do it, and the time scale, and
Yeah.
because of the reshoots and stuff, and then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to get someone else," and then maybe I don't know how he came into it, but I'd say he's a good shout.
No, I agree. Definitely. Mundane Designs has just said, man, the Schwarzenegger Emperor is killing me. Unlimited power. It's treason then. God.
It has to be. Did you ever hear the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Ironic.
The dark side is a path to many things, many of them considered unnatural. Force lightning.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay, we've got some more really good to go this late. He knew he was going to wind me up there with the Hans Zimmer thing because he's laughing. So, George Formby, another suggestion there. George Formby would be good. Yeah.
That would work. Yeah,
When
sure.
I'm cleaning starships. Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah.
Ed Sheeran,
Why
good
not?
shout.
Why not?
Snoop Dogg.
When your Star Destroyers don't work like they used to before, and I can't blow up all of your shit, that's that could work. How about Justin Bieber? I was like,
Are you a
Ray,
believer? I did not know you were a believer.
Ray, ooh, Ray, ooh, Ray.
Paul McCartney.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There's one.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, I'm waiting to hear
Ray, don't make it back.
Rebels on the run.
Yeah.
Rebels on the run. Anyway.
Baby, you can drive my F-Speed 38. Baby, you can drive my F-Speed 38.
Fett. Ooh. Fett. I can almost remember the Mandalorian. How come he told you that Baby Yoda was there?
Oh, God.
And Feds. I thought the only lonely place was on the other side of the dark side of the moon. Jet.
Sorry, I was getting carried away then.
I'd like to be under the sea on a superstar destroyer.
With palps.
The Beatles. You just have the Beatles doing the
Just have the
soundtrack to Star
Beatles,
Wars.
just
Yeah.
have the surviving Beatles do the
Yes,
song.
yeah.
Yes.
But thank you for the McCartney suggestion.
Oh, my God.
On a serious note, John.
My face hurts. My face hurts now.
On a serious note, John Ottman.
Mm.
He'd be good. Also, your man who did. We were talking about him this week. Your man who did Back to the Future.
Oh, yes, Alan Silvestri.
Alan Silvestri.
One of my favourite composers. Hello, Score.
All right. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Score Aventis joining us on YouTube.
Alan Silvestri would be a good shout.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, mate, Back to the Future is probably my favourite soundtrack of all
I
time.
love
Yeah,
it.
no,
I
it's
love
been
it so much.
So it's
An amazing score.
and then I loved what he did to put aspects of it into the Ready Player One soundtrack as well.
That which was a
Yeah.
great score.
Yeah, of course.
I think he's going to get the Spielberg gig.
That would work.
I
He's
think
a fantastic composer.
He's going to get the Spielberg gig,
Yeah.
isn't he?
He's a fantastic composer. He really
Spielberg.
is.
It was Spielberg gig. What?
Well, with the exception of I think it's 2, maybe 3 at the most scores from his entire career.
Yeah.
Spielberg has used John Williams.
Yes.
Now going ahead, like obviously John's finished scoring Star Wars for good now. We're going to reach a point within the next 5 to 10 years where John is not going to be composing.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, you
stuff.
got the Indiana Jones stuff coming.
He's going to do Indiana
Is he?
Jones.
He's
There's
doing
no
that, is
doubt
he?
he's going to do that.
No, right.
But after that, you got to wonder, like, is Spielberg then just going to start using Silvestri maybe?
Score says he would have James Horner.
Yeah, James Horner was great, but I think isn't Horner
Horner is
dead?
dead now. Yeah. He
I
is.
would have said James Horner. Yeah.
Horner did one of my favourite Star Trek themes of all time. It was First Contact.
Oh yes.
Like the score for First Contact is phenomenal. Honestly,
He did. He also did. Was it? He did some stuff for Ford movies as well. He did Patriot Games, Clear Present Danger, I think.
All right.
Which were great scores. He also did. Did he do Braveheart? Didn't he? Pretty sure he did Braveheart.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got nothing but scores on my blooming computer at home. That's all I listen to when I'm doing work. Anyway, so yes, that's right. Peter Bramhill saying Silvestri. Yes, he did the Avengers theme. That's true. He did that
Yes.
as well.
I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
shout. So moving away from that, do we want to stick with the music theme? I mean, we've had a lot of laughs out of it. Or do we want to move on to another piece
Oh
of?
God! Just
Move along. Move
Hello,
along.
Laura Wood. Hello,
my face
Diana
hurts from the laughing.
My face does hurt from it a bit as well.
You know.
So maybe we should. Yeah, let's hit that sting up again.
News. News. There you go.
News.
News.
Right. Okay. Yeah, this is something which will be really good for Ranty Matt.
Ranty Matt. He used to be called Randy Matt. Now it's Ranty Matt.
Ranty Matt. So this again is from Cinema Blend. Colin Trevorrow confirms Star Wars Duel of the Fates concept art, but says one image is misleading. Star Wars Episode 9 may have been the end of the Skywalker saga, but it's now becoming the beginning of an entirely new conversation. Jurassic Park director Colin Trevorrow was originally supposed to write and direct the final episode in the Star Wars saga. And while he was replaced by J.J. Abrams, going back to that thing we were talking about before, and the story was taken in a new direction, in recent days, we've begun to see some of... They've put begin to see, but I think what you meant to say was begun to see. Some of the ways in which the original concept for Episode 9 would be quite different. It started with a review of what was apparently the final script Colin Trevorrow submitted to Lucasfilm before leaving the project. That script revealed, among other things, that the movie was to be called Duel of the Fates.
Oh, fantastic title.
That's an awesome title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right after one of Johnny Williams' pieces as well.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And now Trevorrow himself has spoken up on Twitter to confirm that was his original title, and to also confirm that some concept art was going around. In fact, part of his vision. Oh, yeah. Yes, this is from Duel of the Fates, but I'd never kill R2. He just took a bad hit. Happens to us all. I, along with every outspoken Star Wars fan, need to know this. Is the concept art that was released accurate, or were those false, like Kylo and Vader in the cave, R2 dying, etc.? I really need an answer to that. Okay. So the concept art gives us 4 very different moments in time from the movie Colin Trevorrow himself refers to a Duel of the Fates. The first shows a woman in white, possibly Leia, giving something to BB-8 in a shot reminiscent of the beginning of A New Hope. Yeah. And the next shot gives us Rey in an outfit similar to what Luke Skywalker wears in Return of the Jedi, having just dispatched a number of stormtroopers with a double-bladed blue lightsaber. Item 3 is the one Trevorrow remarks on where R2-D2 is taking significant damage from something, but the writer-director assures us he would not have died. And finally, we get a scene that has been referenced as being the Duel of the Fates, Kylo battling a vision of Darth Vader as part of his training with Tor Valum, the Emperor's teacher.
Oh, yeah, that's the weird-looking creature with the eyes. Yeah.
There's a lot of hat tips in these scenes, but that's not too surprising since they were only concept art from before a final script was even completed. Whoever did the work likely used the previous films as inspiration, if only because it made the work easy to do. It doesn't mean the film itself would have actually looked like that when all said and done, but we can guess it probably was. Colin Trevorrow has remained mostly silent on the topic of Star Wars since he left Episode 9, and especially since the release of Rise of Skywalker. It's probably for the best. It likely isn't the happiest of topics, and there's not much point. While there are certainly elements of Duel of the Fates that are quite intriguing and would have been potentially amazing on screen, we'll never know, and so there's no point dwelling on it. But we are going to dwell on it. At the same time, a lot of fans are quite positive on what they've seen and read regarding the alternate version of Episode 9, and that's probably something of a bright spot in the entire Star Wars experience of Colin Trevorrow. So, they didn't mention in that article, and if you go onto the Club Star Wars Facebook group, if you haven't joined it yet, jump in there and join it.
Find it.
If you go on there, you'll see a picture of Luke Skywalker grabbing Kylo Ren's
testicles.
You emo. Grabbing his lightsaber with his hand. So
yes, I've
that's
seen
not
that.
A euphemism. Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So now, have you going? This is for Auntie Matt now. This so.
Is that my new nickname?
Yeah. While you start on this, I'm going to go and grab you a beer because I noticed you have. Oh, you have got.
I was going to say, how long's his rant going to be? Because we're about to hit an hour. We've been talking for an hour.
We are. Well, we'll wrap it. We'll wrap it up after this rant.
Yeah. The image of Luke Skywalker was awesome. You know, I've got it pinned at the top of my Twitter feed as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I'd have seen that in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, this is going back to Episode 8, and Colin wanted Luke to survive for his story.
Yes.
But it was overrun by Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson, who wanted to kill him off because...
Thanks, Ruin.
From their point of view, the character of Luke Skywalker would overshadow Rey.
But it's the Skywalker
saga.
Yeah. But it's not really, is it? It's the Palpatine saga. But anyway.
Well,
well, there you go.
The only survivor at the end is a Palpatine. Skywalker.
I mean, yes.
She says she's a Skywalker, so therefore she's a Skywalker.
She's identifying as a Skywalker. Yeah, it's 2020.
God.
Yeah.
Drunk 3PO says Luke should have lived. I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they already killed off Han Solo. You know, it's like
he could have been the only one to survive, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
with it being the Skywalker's
arm.
But doesn't it? I know what you're saying, and that comes into the politics very much so.
Yeah, but the thing is, he would have trained her properly in the next movie. You know,
Yeah.
he'd have had that dynamic between them two.
Passing of the torch.
Yeah. It's the way
it's
it should have
tried
happened.
and tested.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Absolutely. You know, and no, but kill him because Shadow was the main character who isn't that great, really. You know, she's yeah, you're a fan, I know, but she's just. Have you heard the term Mary Sue?
yes.
Yes.
Do you know what it means?
No.
Right.
No. I'm not aware. I'm not. What? They just pulled R2D2 over here with the pencil.
It's a character who is well liked and good at everything.
Right.
From the very start.
So that's basically Rey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Luke wasn't any of those things, really. He was a whiny little kid that nobody thought was going to turn into.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I mean, there's male versions too. Like if you go back to Star Trek, Wesley.
Yeah.
Star Trek. You know,
Wesley Crusher.
Shut up, Wesley.
Gary Stew. You know, he's the equivalent. He's good at everything. People like him straight away, you know, that sort of stuff. So you've got that. But we're getting onto old rants here anyway. But yeah, Luke should have lived. Basically.
But so with that in mind, just looking at some more comments from Drunk 3PO. Thanks for joining us. Luke should have lived. Star Wars is such a mess right now. It's sad.
Yeah.
Mary Sue is an American thing. Yeah, it's an American thing. Yeah. Mary Sue. Where are you? We've got loads more people tuning in again on Facebook.
They're joining us pretty late at this point. I mean,
you
we're
are
have to say
Mark
some
Elliott,
stuff for next
hello.
week.
Ash Calverley, hello. Barry Taylor, hello. Stephen Wood, hello. How you doing? Yeah, we're kind of winding things up here now. But
Yeah.
what I was going to say, in your opinion, then, she identified as a Skywalker, whatever. They killed Luke off. It's supposed to be the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
Having learned what we've just learned
From the script, what Colin was.
from the leaked, have we actually had the script leaked?
Yeah, we've had.
Or just snippets?
I'm not sure if it's a whole script.
Snippets, isn't it?
I think it's snippets,
Bits and pieces.
bits and pieces, but it does sound good. You know,
But having said all of that, and the title,
it sounded epic actually.
the title of Duel of the Fates, do we then see the title of the new film, The Rise of Skywalker, as an insult?
Well, you can be taken that way.
Yeah, it can be took any way, really. I mean, The Rise of Skywalker, to me, instantly made me think, well, Rey's going to end up being a Skywalker. But I didn't think that she was going to end up being Palpatine's daughter. I didn't see that coming.
No. But I think they painted themselves into a corner. That was the only way they could explain the Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Luke had gone, so it was like, maybe it wouldn't have been as appropriate to go, well, it turns out she's related to Luke. Luke was already dead, and they hadn't had that recognition.
I think
Trump 3PO says, you guys are doing great. Just keep working. Found you guys on a search. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
brilliant.
much.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Thanks very much. We'll keep it up.
Yeah.
We're trying our best.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
yeah.
It's not like. I mean, I loved The Rise of Sky. I love that
Rise
film. I love the film.
Nate G says Rise
I
of
also saw it
Palpatine.
once.
Very good point.
Yeah, could have
What's
been.
that?
He says Rise of Palpatine. Very good
The
point.
Rise of
Could have been, but it
Yeah.
probably would have, because they wanted to wrap it up nicely. I think if they would have put it as Rise of Palpatine, people would have gone, oh, they're going to leave it on a
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
But
But it was
So,
effectively
at
what
the
it
same
was.
time,
It wasn't.
I think in Colin's script, Palpatine wasn't going to be resurrected as a character.
Yeah.
He was literally killed off in Return of the Jedi, which everybody thought. in
David
the first
Baton.
place.
Hello, mate.
The bad guy was the teacher of Palps. This
Yeah.
what's his name again? I can't remember. And,
You mentioned him before.
Yeah, he was the new sort of big bad in that.
Darth Plagueis, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
was Rey gonna be an actual Skywalker? I can't remember.
Well,
But
like I
isn't
said,
that, is that connected? Sorry, is that connected to the fact that Matt Smith was dropped because he was supposed to be cast as
Yeah,
that character?
He was gonna be.
He was on the cast
He was a
list.
Mortis god, which is
Oh,
is
that's
straight
right, he was the
from
Mortis god. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Allegedly, he was a Mortis god. He was the son of Mortis or something. So a real, bad guy, dark sider, which Star Wars fans would have loved. But the powers that be at Disney, the suits.
Said it's too deep cuts, man.
Yeah. The general audience won't get it.
Yeah.
do you like
back
the movie
Palps
that
then.
we got, or would you prefer to have seen the leaked script? Leave it in the comments below. You know, tell us what you think. It's important, isn't it? So,
It is. Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let us know.
What would you have liked to have seen happen to each character in the whole saga? You
Yeah.
know, what should their fate have been?
Yeah.
Their duel of the fate should have
Let
been.
us know.
Where are we up to anyway on here?
We're
I'm
we
not-
are an hour and we're an hour and 5 minutes.
We're an hour and 5
yeah,
minutes.
So I
Goodness.
reckon on that
On that
Thing.
note,
on that bombshell. That's about all we've got for you for this week.
Mm.
But this has been amazing.
Yeah.
oh, it's been great.
This has been the most
It's just been Arnie impressions.
interact. I know.
Go on, you got to say it. I'll be back.
This has been in terms of like online chat and across all the platforms. This has been the busiest show so far. So
Thank you
super.
for watching Club Star Wars.
Thank you. I have to say as well, and apologies. Like I know, last time we did the show, I said like, "Oh, we'll be back next week," but it was my fault. There was a diary snafu and I couldn't come back last week.
Oh, good.
So, but we'll always give you a heads up. It'll
Yep.
either be a Tuesday or a Wednesday when we come and do this.
Mhm.
So we'll see you next week. I think that's about all for now.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
May the force be with you.
See ya.
Bye.